Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Transformers Ultimates Alligaticon figure from Super7. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, Alligaticon looks awesome, and it very much kind of carries the feel of that kind of wonky 80s animation, which is exactly what this was a product of. And it also very much looks like Optimus Prime disassembled and reassembled partially into an alligator. So really cool stuff. I mean, very, very simple. So we get, obviously the kind of off-white semi-gray, kind of a weird tone, but it is definitely very Transformers. Then the red, the blue, and, we get some light blue for the windows. So that's just about it, and we get some like pretty much bright white for the teeth. But yeah, that's pretty much it for colors. In terms of sculpt, very blocky as it should be. Again, it's emulating that animation. Just looks very, very nice. Clean lines all around. So really cool there. And even on the undercarriage, we do get the lines kind of like an actual alligator and the way its scales go on its underbelly. So very much appreciated there. And yeah, beyond that, like just again, very solid in terms of the way it looks. It harkens back to that animated look. And yeah, that's pretty much all you can ask for. So that will do it for aesthetics. When it comes to accessories, we probably get the most interesting loadout I've seen this year, and I feel like that's an accomplishment. That's definitely something different. We've had some great loadouts, but this has definitely been the most interesting, because what did you put with parts of Optimus reorganized into an alligator? Well, you get references to the episodes. So we're gonna start off with the non-Optimus piece, and that is the Terror Taxi. So you can see that it is cast in yellow plastic. We get some nice details like the taxi logo here on the side. We get the cannon here on the top. We get the lights painted in. The undercarriage is even sculpted. Unfortunately, the wheels do not move. I think that's my one gripe with this entire package, is that like I kind of wish this actually like moved kind of like a Hot Wheels car. But other than that, still just really solid sculpt and paint here. So that's cool. Then we move on to Optimus's disembodied head, which had a huge role in that episode, obviously. And this is light piped, not from the top, but from the bottom. So the head is cast, I'm pretty sure, all in that translucent plastic. So I got a light here, and gonna light it up, and you can see that shining through. So with a bright light, really kind of works. So you definitely works something if you're doing some photos or something like that. So that's really cool. And we got the wires hanging out here, and that is articulated as well. So really nice touch. Then we get Optimus's cannon. We've seen this many times before. This, I believe, comes with the Optimus Ultimates as well. It'd be crazy if it didn't. So there's that. And then finally, we get Optimus's right arm as put on the Decepticon's tower. And obviously the tower was a full-size building in the episode, so we just get the top with the spire and the arm, but that's still an amazing touch. And again, we do get articulation here as well. So really cool. Again, because this arm is probably just from that Wave 1 figure. And yeah, so that will do it for accessories. And speaking of articulation, the articulation and balance here for Alligaticon is understandably very interesting, because this is a very different form factor. And yeah, just in the character design mixed with Super7's design philosophies and all that. And yeah, you get some interesting stuff, a lot of limitation. I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. And we do see that with a lot of the figures, but it's very much present here. So starting with the head, we do have an articulated jaw, so we can open about that far and close all the way. For our head, we are on a hinge, so we can come down that far, up that far. We do get rotation here at the neck. That doesn't really go up and down, but does give us a little bit of side to side, like kind of barely any, but it is there. Come to the kind of front arm shoulders, so we do come out a little bit. We do come in, those rotate all the way around. Then we come to the first segment here, so we can come all the way back, like crazy range there, even though it doesn't need to be. And then the foot, we can articulate down, but up we only come to about that far, and that's because the sculpt runs into itself. And we get some rotation there as well. Then we go to the midsection. You can see that ball joint. Some might find that kind of off-putting. For me, it definitely works. Again, just kind of helps add the articulation, so I understand it's going to be there. And then we get some rotation there as well, but definitely something worth considering. Then we get to the back legs, and the back legs are the same thing. They come out, actually not even as far, come about, actually I'm getting more on that. Kind of hard to show this off, especially again with the form factor of the figure. So as you can see, kind of depends on where you have the joints. Oh, I got a little like burr going on there on mine. All right, I'm gonna fix that. But as you can see, so there's a full range of motion, and of course you can rotate. Then we get to the legs, or the knees, if you will, and come about that far forward, go that far back, and then again with the feet, we actually going forward this time, not really back because we're running into the sculpt. Then for the tail, we get rotation, and then we get a ball joint, a ball joint, a ball joint, and that gives us some range there. So that will do it for that, and that will do it for articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Super 7 Ultimates, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with our Alligaticons Oni and yours truly in human form as the Valorous Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Transformers Ultimates Alligaticon set figure from Super 7. It feels weird to call this just a figure because the set in and of itself kind of feels, again, it feels more like a set, I guess. But in any event, it's super, super fun. And you know, if you have any fondness for this episode, or you just like the ridiculousness that kind of happened in G1, then this is absolutely worth picking up. And it is currently available from various online retailers, and probably showing up in Best Buys because a lot of Super 7 stuff seems to be showing up that way. But I wish you the best of luck in finding it, or alternatively, I will have a link or two in the description below for you to check out if you are so inclined. So that being said, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if you did, hope to see you back because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So if any of that appeals to you, come on back, let's have some fun, let's escape the world for a while. But ultimately, I just hope you are well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true, and most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay racing in.